Hi, we are in. We are now in the next lesson on mathematics, and this lesson is about factoring. Now, factoring is the opposite, or it's the reverse of the special products, and we have just learned what special products are. So let's start with factoring from polynomials by common monomial. So in this case, when we are saying common monomial, um, the basic idea here is we want to look what is common in each of the terms, and we need to find the greatest common factor. So this is the technique here. We are actually looking for the greatest common factor of all the terms in a certain algebraic expression. So for example, we have the expression 8a plus 10a squared. We now look at the terms. If we want to factor it using common monomial, we have to look at the terms. So the first term is 8a and the second term is 10a squared. So what do you think is the greatest common factor of 8a and 10a squared? So for the numbers, the greatest common factor of 8 and 10 is actually 2. And I have here a, the variable a, and then a squared. And the GCF there is a, simply a. So both of the terms can be divided by a. Therefore, the greatest common factor of 8a plus 10a squared is 2a. Now, 2a is the first factor. What about the second factor? Of course, if the second factor will be the term that will remain if we divide both the terms by 2a. So 8a divided by 2a, that will give us 4, plus 10a squared divided by 2a, that will give us 5. Hence, the factored form of 8a squared plus 10a squared is 2a times 4 plus 5. Now, if you want to check if your answer is correct, all you need to do is to just do the special products or distribute the factor on the left to the numbers inside the parentheses. So if we will check that, we will have 2a times 4, that is 8a, plus 2a times 5a, that gives us 10a squared. And as you can see, they are the same. That's why our final answer for 8a plus 10a squared is 2a times 4 plus 5. Let's have another example. Let's have example number 2. Let's have 32a to the 6 plus 8ab minus 8ab squared. So again, look at the terms. Find the GCF of the numerical quantities and also the variables. So if you notice, 32, 8, and 80, their greatest common factor is 8, right? All of them can be divided by 2, and that's the highest number that can divide all of them. And then we have a to the 6, a and ab, and then b squared. Now, in this case, in the three terms, there are no common monomials. If you will tell me, Miss Tanya, there is a in 32 a to the 6 and 8ab. Yes, you are right. But if you look at 80b squared, there's no a there. That means it's not a common term for them. You might also say, Miss Tanya, there is b in 8ab and 80b squared. Then that is a common factor. But if you look at 32a to the 6, there's no b there. There's no b variable. Therefore, it's not a common factor for all the three of them. So in this case, in this example, it's only 8 that is the common or the greatest common factor. So we already have our first factor, which is 8. Let us now write the remaining factors by dividing all the given terms by 8. So 32a to the 6 divided by 8 will give us 4a to the 6 plus 8ab divided by 8 will give us ab minus 80b squared divided by 8 will give us 10b squared. Therefore, our final answer would be, or the factor of 32a to the 6 plus 8ab minus 80b squared is 8 times 4e to the 6 plus 80 minus 10b squared. Again, if you want to check this one, if you want to check your answer, all you need to do is to distribute. So if you want to check. So if we will check, we will have here 8 times 4e to the 6, it will give us 32e to the 6 plus 8ab minus 80. And again, our final answer here is 8 times 4e to the 6 plus ab minus 10. Okay, so let's have another example before I ask you to practice on this. So let's have a longer one. 48 x to the 5th y minus 20 x to the 4th yz minus 24x cubed y cubed plus 28x cubed yz. Okay, so again, let us look and examine all the terms. We have 4 terms here. So if we look at 48, 20, 24, and 28, what is the greatest common factor? What number can divide all of these numbers? What's the greatest number that can divide all of these numbers? Yes, so it is 4. Okay. Also, we have to look at the variables. Are there common variables in all of the terms? So we have x and y. We have x and y, x and y, x and y. But z is not a common factor or a common factor in each of the terms because not all terms have z as their variable. But x and y, yes, there is. Now, how would you know what's the greatest common factor when it comes to variable? Just look at the least exponent of that variable, and that would be the GCF of that variable. So for x, the least exponent would be 3. That's why our GCF here would be x cubed. For y, the least is just 1, right? 1. So we just put here 1. See, we can't put it because it's not common to all terms. Let's now get the second factor. We already have the first factor, which is 4x cubed y. Therefore, we divide 48x to the 5th y divided by 4x cubed. That would give us 12x squared minus 20x to the 4th y to the z divided by 4x cubed y. That would give us 5 negative or minus 5x z. And then we will have negative 24 x cubed y cubed divided by 4x cubed y. It will give us negative 6 y squared. And for the last term, it's 28x cubed yz divided by 4x cubed y. It will give us plus 7. Now, if you are confused as to how the second term was solved, remember that you're doing this. Remember that you're doing the loss of exponent. So if you have 48 x to the 5th y, then you divide that by the GCF, which is 4x squared, 4x cubed y. Then when you divide 48 and 4, it will give you 12. X to the 5th and x to the 3rd power. That will subtract, it will give you 2 as an exponent. And then y will cancel. That's why you got 12x squared. We're simply applying the loss of exponents here. Okay? So again, when we're talking about factoring using common monomial, we are getting the greatest common factor of all the terms. If again, in the variable, you can see that there's no common variable, then that means there's no common variable in all the 3 terms. Just make sure that all the variables are present in all the terms before you decide that it's a common factor or common variable. Okay, so how about trying it on your own? So I'll give some practice exercises so that you can practice what we have learned just now. So let's have the expressions. 6n squared minus 9n. Oops, I forgot the direction. So factor the following. And then let's have 6x to the fifth y plus 2xy cubed minus 6y. And the last one, more complex one, 98 a8 b7c minus 18 a to the 9 b to the fifth plus 9 a to the 7th b to the fifth c minus 27 e to the 6th b to the. Okay, so at this point, I want you to pause this video so that you'll be able to answer the practice problems. And then after you have answered, you can press the play button again so that you would know if your answers are correct. Okay, so again, you may please pause this video so that you can go and practice factoring using common number. Okay, let's now try and find out if your answers are correct. Okay, so I hope that you really did pause the video and answer the questions. So as you know, if you understood the discussion on factoring using polynomials. So let us solve first. Let's have our solution. Let's have the first one. So our first question is 6n squared minus 9n. Okay. Okay. So again, if you look at the terms 6n squared and 9n, the common factor here is 3 and n. So 6n squared divided by 3n would give us 2n minus 9n divided by 3n is 3. So again, if you want to check your answers if it's correct, just simply distribute 3n to the numbers inside. So we'll have here 6n squared minus 9n, and it's the same. Okay? So again, the final answer here, just to make it clear, is 3n times 2n minus 3. Let's go to the next one. Number 2, we have there 6x to the fifth y plus 2xy cubed minus 6y. So upon investigation, if you look closely, 6, 2, and 6 have common, they have common factors, and that is actually 2. So I will write here, sorry, on the outside, 2. And then for the variable, as you can see, the third term doesn't have an x variable. Therefore, the only common term here is 2. So I'll go straight to getting my other factors. So 6x to the fifth y divided by 2 is 3x to the fifth y plus 2xy cubed divided by 2. That gives me xy cubed minus 6y divided by 2. That would give me 3. Therefore, the factor of 6x to the fifth y plus 2xy cubed minus 6y is 2 times 3x to the fifth y plus xy cubed minus 3y. Oh, sorry. Um, y is a common term. I forgot, I did not see that. Y is actually a common term here. So let's just do that again. Maybe you're saying, Miss Tanya, you forgot y. Yeah, I forgot y. So 2 and y are the common terms. So doing it again, this is 2y times, we have 6x to the fifth y divided by 2y. It will give us 3x to the fifth power plus 2xy cubed divided by 2y. That will give us 2xy squared. Is that right? 2xy squared. Yeah. And then minus 6y divided by 2y. That's minus 3. Okay. So if we check that, just to make sure that we're right this time. So we have 6x to the fifth y plus 4. Should use xy squared. So we have, again, if we check, that means we have 2xy cubed minus 6y. Okay, so this one is the same already. Okay. Therefore, our final answer, our real final answer would be um, 2y times 3x to the fifth plus xy squared minus. This just shows that you're very observant. Sorry. Let's now go to the last one, the last example. We have there 90a8 b7c minus 18 a to the 9 e to the fifth power plus 9 e to the 7 e to the fifth c minus 27 e to the 6. Now, what is the common factor of all the numbers? We have 90, 18, 9, 27. So if we think of the GCF, it's actually 9. And then let's look at the different variables. We have ABC, just AB, ABC, just AB. So therefore, A and B are the common variables because C is not present at all. So I will put here A and I'll put here B. But let's check what is the exponent of A. So what is the least exponent of A? It's actually 6. So I'll put here 6. What's the least exponent of B? So 7, 5, 5 is 5. So put there 5. And then let's now go and check the next factor. So 90a to the 8, b to the 7, c divided by 9, e to the 6, b to the 5th. We will have 90 divided by 9 is 10, a squared, b squared, c. It's because 8 minus 6 is 2, 7 minus 5 is 2, and then c will just be written there. Minus 18 divided by 9, that will give us 2. 9 and 6, it will become 8 cubed. B to the 5th and B to the 5th, it will cancel out. So only negative 2 8 cubed will remain. Plus, we have 9 divided by 9, that's 1. Just write the proper name. So 9 divided by 9 is 1. E to the 7th and E to the 6th, that is A to the first power. I will not write 1 anymore. Then B to the 5th and B to the 5th, B to the 5th, it cancels. Okay. Minus 27 divided by 9, that is 3. A to the 6 and A to the 6 cancels. B to the 5th and B to the 5th cancels. So what we just have is just 3. Therefore, the factored form of 90 A to the 8, B to the 7, C minus 18 A to the 9, B to the 5th plus 9A 7, B to the 5th, C minus 27 A to the 6, B to the 5th is 9A to the 6, B to the 5th times 10A squared, B squared, C minus 2A cubed plus A plus AC, sorry, plus AC minus 3. I forgot this. Okay. So I hope that you were able to understand how factoring using common monomial is done. Okay. So if you think there is still need there's still a need for you to repeat this video, just go and repeat the video, answer the practice exercises. If you think you need more exercises, you can go to the module to answer the activities, or you can email me for more activities. Thank you.